Hey, everybody. Continuing with the Goombella picture, which I know I've been dragging out forever, but I assure you, there's a lot of things I'm doing in between this, a lot of personal projects and a commission for a friend. So I'm real sorry I haven't finished it up just yet, but hopefully it'll be done soon. Maybe even tonight. But every time I end these streams, I keep thinking I'm gonna go back and work on it, and then I find myself working on a different project that's got maybe a bit more of a tighter deadline. Did I make the lines this thick? Yeah, let's go through and thicken all the outlines. I prefer a nice thick outline, really distinguishing the silhouette of the character. Man, can you guys believe that Undertale only came out 200 years ago? It's crazy. Feels like it was yesterday. Yeah, shit.
take me to a special place. Tooth and nail labor, face it, canines be metal laced. Learn from your experience and never let a lesson waste. The circle never ends, goddamn, this depressing shape. Wounds fester under pressure, feel your necklace break. The contact with gravity, no neckties or nooses. My feet were made for running, not for rest time or juking. Watch the footwork, quarter circle, left, right, Hadouken. Alcohol with no X time for proof and triple that. Not a baller, riders dribble back, trip and splat. Face first, no wonder why my face hurts. It's killing you, I gotta ask, who is Kill Bill to you? Nostrils wide with the intake. Demigod walking all sparking, that's for rent's sake. She wanna be my boo, but she just ended up my sensei. Dodo songs, smoking slow-mo bongs, speed up. But bomb vomit, I blow the fire, then 5 palm it. I'm fine, honest, it goes nausea, then blood flow. And my mantra is snub nose. Belly 2 next to you, I'm trying to be a better dude, but fuck what I've invested, true. I just wanna stay next to you, till there's nothing here left but you. Let me fall, I just wanna feel the ground. Get involved, get involved. You could take me to a special place, suspended animation. I guess you got your pedals taste. Puppet strings pull and pick me up and let them lay. The circle never ends, goddamn if there's a better way. Soon bested by the best, it's just a matter of fucking time. Who's next for the effects is so sick. You wackier than Looney Tunes, tripping off the little things. Blacking with a Sumi shroom, hootie hoo. Rebel, no cause, remain caustic. I never had a clue, thoughts running diagnostics. B-side, my free mind is just white text. Cashing in my chips, Circuit City need a price check. And she's a devil in a white dress. Hang me in the sky, you cool bitch, are you high yet? Split me open, then dissect. Lung and liver missing, having fun inside my kitchen now. But bomb vomit, I blow the fire, then 5 palm it. I'm dying honest, it goes nausea, then death blows. And my mantra is death note. My kidda's in a sundress. I'm trying to be a better dude, and then she gets undressed. I just wanna lay next to you, till there's nothing here left but you. Let me fall, I just wanna feel the ground. Get involved, get involved. I just wanna stay next to you, till there's nothing here left but you. Let me fall, I just wanna feel the ground. Get involved, get involved. And I just wanna lay next to you, till there's nothing here left but you. Let me fall, listen now. Get involved, get involved. I don't know how to start my nights. We used to count the stars when we couldn't count our blessings. You would color in my cheeks with the funniest hues. I tried to name a shade of pink, but it's been sitting out my spectrum. Now I'm lost. Grass fill my palms, squeeze the earth till it bleeds. Fold under pressure, hide my worth in the crease. Scurry through the forest till the morning. Now I'm mourning every kiss that I had brushed, every hand that I released, every argument I started, every man that I could be. And while I don black veil, I'm counting every step I miss. Staring through this tiny grid, I pray the mesh would rip. I bleed pearl white daylight, rose quartz nightmares, plaguing back your every word to find a phrase I never heard. I felt like something by your side when I was nothing. You saw a thing in me I never could admit. When all you know is slipping, it's so hard to get a grip. Cookies in the Bronco, footsies with the cosmos. It was something else to live for someone else. I let you put me in a sugar cone and let me fucking melt, and I was happy. Why would I go home if you were here? Strawberry, strawberry. I felt it in my bones.
That would be better thinner like that.
No. Just do it for her. That is to say. That is to say. Just do it for her. That is to say. By the glory, I was caught inside the centrifuge spinning. I saw the light inside a bottle, I've been sifting through symptoms. The wind on deep movements would cause you to freeze. I fly through the earth, I swim through the canyons, I crawl through the seas, try to saw through diseases. I'm rusted, my blade was as sharp as a boulder, but still it was back and forth. Try to cut it all to minimize the interactions, but still I was caught in this back and forth. I asked, but just what am I asking for? Peace of mind, I'm sick of peeking through blinds. You missed all my points like a matador. It's like you died, spilling creep, but what time we made.
Pearl! Pearl, you have to tell me what's wrong.
Sometimes you even sound like her. Do you remember this place? Do you have any of her memories? We were right here, over 5,000 years ago. Sometimes I wonder if she can see me through your eyes. What would she think of me now?
Alright, this all looks pretty good to me. I think
Yeah,
I'm ready to move on to coloring.
yeah.
So,
Sing it one time for your mind. I met a girl, she worked at McDonald's.
let's start off with this sort of peach-colored face thing.
But she never got shit. Degrees, punch clock 6. Watch and listen. Apart from getting the life stuck, she started stripping at parties, tips for the tight butt. Jeez, she can make her head turn twice. Geppetto on her shoulder said her checks weren't right. She said, "It's my body. I'm an independent woman."
I think that should be right. Let's see.
So she kept going and her tips kept.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Creeps kept coming, asking when her next show is. For some reason, her body collects focus. She thought, good, I guess I get more tips. Fixated on paper chase and making cake. All night working 8 to 8. She met a guy, a regular, let's call him Chuck. He had a real nice smile and he was tall as fuck. And he would talk to her with a decent speech. Acknowledge as a woman, not a piece of meat. And she, like that, started batting the eyelash. She liked Chuck, heart tapping when guy passed. Right fast, I guess she was smitten. The guy's rad, she could tell he was different. Every night he'd come through and say hi. Tip a couple 20s like a real great guy. How perfect can a guy but be? She stuttered, she didn't know what he hides underneath. All the pictures of her glued to the side of his wall. And his mind fucking crawled with the violent thoughts. He wanted her to be his and his alone. He had plans to creep in when she's at home. Scoop her up in his arms with a knife. Rip apart all her life, send his scars to her mind. And so he made plans. The cookies in the bake pan. Walk her home at night, what a fucking great chance. He said. In his mind, she read, she bled, she dead. He doing fine. Her walk was a murderous foreplay. She chatted about work till they merged it a 4-way. Her apartment on the 3rd or the 4th day. I forgot, it's been a mighty long time for the Borgay. They waltzed from the steps to the doorway. He noted that the patterns on her dresser were ornate. What a perfect scene set for his queen, yes. His facial expressions gave way and he seemed stressed. She asked what was wrong with Chuck. Then he grabbed her by the hair and fucking dropped her. She tried to fight back, she wasn't strong as Chuck. Switchblade drawn, it was long as fuck. She slipped through his hands while he sawed and cut. Grabbed a shotty out the closet, watch Blondie buck. Shotgun blast, watch Blondie buck. Shotgun blast, watch Blondie buck. Shotgun blast, watch Blondie buck. She be catching bodies. She be catching bodies. She be catching bodies. She be catching bodies.
Hold on. This could use some thickening up here. Just a little bit, just so it matches the other one. Alright, how am I gonna handle her pants? Let's see. Let's do her hair next. Put more orange in it than that. There we go, I like that.
Typical romantic. All you scientists
You keep kicking me when I'm down, motherfuckers shoot the fair one. Disregarding how I feel, I'm going back to square one. Encouraging words, why can't you spare some? I've bad hair day every day, can't get my hair done. Devices out soon as the blue light hits my eyes, I'm feeling nauseated. How this shit got all y'all hypnotized? I give a fuck how motherfuckers live their lives. Stop giving shit advice, you pathetic, patronizing little lice. Walking around on eggshells, think you suckers civilized. Spat out something edgy, think you suckers slick as ice. Your drivel got me all exasperated, thinking twice about my own decisions to step forward, share my feelings fine. Yeah, I'm a hypocrite, but I can hate you still as well as self. At least I don't try sharing every little thought I've ever felt. Dying in my soul, got melancholy in myself. You push your polished visions out while steady rotting in your shells. Your pride is fucking gross, you probably need help, but I'm not about projecting all your problems on myself. And if it sounds like a shot, just take it. I don't care about more than half of all y'all's faces.
Jump, 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 jump. Might die when you hit the bottom. Jump, 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 jump. Might die when you hit the bottom. Jump, 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 jump. Might die when you hit the bottom. Jump, 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 jump. They say a hit dog will holler, get the guala, get your soul took. Underestimated, bitch, I could've wrote the whole book. Wrestling with cobras, gnawing on my lexicon. Rappers think they grimy, getting washed when the pressure's on. I ain't for that tough talk, tell D-Lane to fuck off. I'm in my own zone, playing Sega Saturn 1-offs. Bitch, I'm weak as fuck, get your bread up, fall back. All I got is music shit, I don't have a fallback. Summertime falls back, life short, smoke a port. Judge me, I don't give a fuck, we can make it open court. I don't think it's right, I don't think it's wrong. I don't sleep at night, lay awake till dawn. I don't blink, animalistic, goddamn it, we get it. You stupid later, fan of your lyrics, but damn if it isn't your human traits. Point your fingers and laugh at this shit, what? You can call me your dad for this shit, I'ma blow me a bag to this shit, what? Get the message, if it's buttons, I'ma press it. Got that sawed-off shotgun, barrel to my temple. Guaranteed to kill any instrumental, fuck 'em. Jump, 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 jump. Might die when you hit the bottom. Jump, 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 jump. Might die when you hit the bottom. Jump, 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 jump. Might die when you hit the bottom. Jump, 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 jump.
Pain is something that man must endure in his heart. And since the heart feels pain so easily, some believe life is pain. You are delicate like glass.
What, should both her shirt and her pants be that green color? I wonder.
This is worth earning my empathy. Empathy? I'm saying I love you.
It's interesting that her eyebrows aren't the same color as her hair. I can get a... Maybe actually even have a brown color from a previous thing I was drawing that might work already. Oof. Let's put that in color, actually. Yeah, it's a little muted. Be a bit more... Not much.
Head first, get a bitch's the business. Zora baby off that water like I slipped into Venice. Bomb chew by the fifth, she taking sips till she finished. Living high definition, watch the pixels diminish. Skydive through the ocean waters.
There we go, something like this.
Jewels hanging off her neck, I bet them shits is she gone. The sand flows.
Yeah, it's nice.
I thought it would, weak stones. She got me hooked, metal poking out the cheekbones. Bounce like it's basketballs. Blue dream by the ounce, try to grasp and fall. With a hook shot, I'm sliding through your hood spot. 23 years, still ingesting like it's Woodstock. Motherfucking floating, lean by the ocean. 3 sips down by the bing, out of focus. Earth by the pound, dirt for the hounds. Only got one body it's worth it to drown. Bitch, all I wanna do is you. So let's talk for a minute. See punk on
Kind of
the
a
block.
bluish greenish color, something like this.
Bitch, all I wanna do is get lost and listen to the fish talk. Just smoke with me. Just smoke with me.
One time for your man. One time for your man in the back. One time. One time for your man. One time for your man in the back. One time for your man. She told me when we smoke, it's like she chewing on candy. Little globes in her mouth, I'll let her swallow my galaxy. Digest, suspect, puffin', I'm dodging chemicals. I used to drop Lucy by the pond and talk the minerals. Breathe the dirt, decrepit, eating the shoulders on my demons hurt. Dripping self-low, then let it splatter on my jeans and shirt. I touched the earth for the very first time. I flew a very long way. Shit, what could I say? To put it light, the glass shifted, now it talk when I touch it. Catching fish just to toss them in buckets, but fuck it, borderline. Counting up your illnesses, count your friendships. Bet $1,000 will kill them shits. Big money, holding more scars than you can rip from me. Sleeping on your couch and shit, dreaming of 1,000 bricks. We gold mining, binding dust and trample diamonds. We never learned to rap, but master pantomime. Talking with hands, I let it bark at your mans. World star hip-hop will spark a demand. I'm sick of this sickness, if it's beef, I let it sleep.
Boy, this is gonna be confusing.
Last year is dead to me. Yeah, I'm from that sleepy city, I don't never wake up. Always on borrowed time, boy, you better pay up. From the land of the cheese, put the roaches in the water. For the sharks in the dunk tank, vultures in the foyer. I don't fear death, bring it near, dress it all in white. Always near death, never clear, press the autumn night. It's never questions for an answer, it's another chance to talk. Chop me up like I'm fucking slamming what? What's the ruckus? Put some shit down you can fuck with. Your favorite rapper's just a clown with a budget. Circus act, see me kicking nervous, rap stuttering. This room's too clean, I had to let some clutter in. No biscuit for the buttering, I'm muttering curses. It's weirdos on the internet that fuck with my verses. Shit, they just like me, who wanna join my cult? Should they just like me, who wanna join my cult? Should they just like me, who wanna join my cult? Should they just like me? Should they just like me, who wanna join my cult? Should they just like me, who wanna join my cult? Should they just like me, who wanna join my cult? Hey, who wanna join my cult?
Alright, yeah, that kind of makes a bit more sense out of her shirt pants differentiation situation. So now I can go over the belt area and make it like a nice belt or something. It kind of separates the pants from the shirt, rather than just they just kind of weirdly fused into each other there. And actually, I want to make a lighter color. Right now, I just go ahead and make everything pants colored.
Waves start crashing into walls. Read between the lines, I be captioning my calls. Life is little monsters, try to capture in the balls. Rappers think they slick until I trap them in my jaws. 45 gun tugs, sorta live, summed up. Bitch, I get it slapping like 45 nunchucks. How I think I'm young buck. Shorty wanna ride with me. Old school is stickers on Atlanta 5950s. My city vibe with me. Bricks on the boards, ho. Hottest brick ovens. Why your shit so DiGiorno? Slip through the course slow. Inhale the dope, let it drift through your torso. Fuck it, what's the budget? See me at rap, playing Dreamcast and passing blunts. It's 2 a.m., could you please pass the Captain Crunch? Dab me up, face first, what the business is. Burning up the block, homie had to get the biscuit in. Fuck the pigs, turn the sergeant into brisket bites. I only like to write rhymes when I'm pissed at life. I write a lot of fucking rhymes lately, dog. But anyway, see me and you got a thing we gotta speak about. Speak about. See me and you got a thing we gotta speak about. Speak about.
All life in hardline for our time I goes. Your time is part-time, I off trying clothes. But won't lie, I've strolled by my whole life and no lie, you alright, but not me. A top piece and lone fight. This cockpit got no pilot. Long Beach like a known pirate. Follow speeches of fallen times and spark trees. What the fuck I like it? Ooh, I think they mad, Bill. Cause Bill and Radville. Our songs make your girl pop her booty like it's Advil. Rolling on down the hill. What the hell? Who let the demons out? Broken up how they sell. Talking about themselves. They speaking about all of they fucking ill. On about how they feel. They feelings down. You showing you what is real. Show you what it really be about. See me and you got a thing we gotta speak about. So down the blunt, turn this up and blow the speakers out.
Remember, a snake cannot eat a dragon.
Master of Bashan, Lakenbrooks.
Well, if it isn't Hex Memer.
Hello.
How's it going?
Alright. I heard you had a stream and I'm missing out on it. I got stuck in Elden.
That tends to happen. Nah, I'm in the process of coloring this picture here.
Ooh, Goombella.
So
I see
I'm doing the flats right now.
Patrician's choice for waifu.
Well, more like my Twitter's choice.
I stand by what I said.
But yes, I think it's pretty interesting to actually try and draw her. What color do I make this? Something.
Maybe some like darker brown accents.
I'm just picking out a green for the book.
Ah, okay. Book. Some papyrus colored pages, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Not Undertale papyrus.
What?
The actual paper.
Actual paper.
And I don't mean Paper Mario, which is based off of. I could go on and on.
We could talk about paper for hours. Yeah, I've just been here patiently doing the colors. I thickened the lines a bit from where they were before.
Looks good.
I have a tendency to prefer thicker lines.
I mean, I like thicker lines too, and I like thicker women too.
Believe me, I've seen some thick Goombella pictures.
Oh my god.
Alright, so we got the book there.
At least your Goombella looks, more humanoid.
I mean, that's kind of what I was going for, but I don't know. I wonder if that kind of takes away from, I don't know. More humanoid, but she still doesn't have arms.
Yeah. You don't need those.
We don't need arms around here.
Every time, I keep saying, I don't know if it's just for the stream, but keep switching over. I keep seeing you pop in the Discord like green switch every time.
Oh, that's more or less an issue Discord has with You know, it occurs to me that I'm coloring all this all white background. It might help a bit if I went ahead and made this gray so I can kind of see where the holes are.
We won't be seeing any of her holes because she's wearing clothes.
But yeah, as far as Discord goes, Discord has issues streaming certain things, so it probably does pop back into looking like Discord every now and again if my mouse isn't in the right spot. But
yeah.
But the thing is, if I did like the full screen stream, it lags my drawing so much to a point where it makes it very difficult to actually draw.
I see. Fair enough. So I have a question to ask you in regards to Goombella.
Oh?
So Goombella is like a monster type, right?
Sure, I guess you could say that.
Or is she like an animal type?
Nah, I'd say she falls into just like what you would consider almost in a fantasy setting. It would just be like a different race.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say.
So my next question was going to be that, since you already kind of answered it, as would you consider Goombella a furry?
No, not really. I guess that's Huh, I guess that gets into like a really weird territory when it comes to like Mario games, though.
I mean, there's some like the Koopa Troopers, they're turtles, right?
Sure.
With human features.
Well,
and what are furries?
You know,
are they not?
I guess where it gets kind of weird is that she's just Goombas are based on mushrooms.
So it's probably like an anthropomorphized mushroom.
I suppose if that's how you want to look at it.
I mean, it's a mushroom with human features.
Sure.
And furries are animals with human features. Or, by definition, anthropomorphic is basically a humanization of something.
I suppose.
So Goombas are like... Are they kind of like mushrooms? I thought they were like a different... I know the mushrooms in the Mushroom Kingdom are just mushrooms, but...
I think Goombas are supposed to be based on mushrooms. There's a different enemy type that kind of looks like a Goomba that's based on like chestnuts.
So kind of like... So basically Goombas are kind of like these more unseelie nature spirits. And the regular mushroom people are more of the seelie spirits. So it's kind of like some weird fairy stuff going on.
I'm not sure if I'm entirely familiar with your terminology.
I'm pretty sure somebody out there understands what I'm saying, the lingo. But, what it comes down to, it's like this otherworldly, like, fantasy creatures.
Yeah, sure. What else does the color kind of merge?
I do like the fact that Goombella is so pissed off because she's been reading the same page for hours and she can't turn the page on her own.
Is that what it looks like?
She looks so she looks so pissed off. Like maybe somebody was supposed to be turning the pages for her and is like walked out. It's like, come on, hurry up.
I was kind of interpreting it as like she was kind of lost in reading, and then she catches you looking at her.
That's good too. I see that. It's not as if she likes you looking at her or anything, reader.
You know, I think probably it would be really funny. I could imagine this happening like all the time back in the day. As if like, imagine if like maybe 80s to 90s anime translations tried to translate the whole tsundere line thing. So but like instead of them translating it as idiot, they translate it as like retard. so it's just like, it's not like I like you or anything, retard.
That would just basically be like, how can we Americanize Baka? Oh, I know. We'll just call them retarded.
I always love when translations get real funny like that.
And then you get ghost stories. And they really let themselves go without having to really actually translate the actual anime.
Ghost Stories was really an official abridged, if you think about it.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, because it's such a bizarre thing. I never actually, like, watched it, but I had watched several clips about it.
I remember I went to an anime convention once, and whatever they were trying to show wasn't working, so they put on Ghost Stories. And they're like, oh, this'll be a laugh, and I guess they didn't realize it was edgier than they thought it was.
Oh yeah, that's probably... Well, they show you the raw, like, Japanese version of it?
No, they showed the American version.
Oh, okay. So not the abridged American.
No, they showed the abridged American version. That's what they put on.
Oh, gotcha. I was like, wait, what? Wait a second.
So they put it on, and I guess they thought, haha, ghost stories. It's like funny, silly, and they didn't realize that like they didn't realize that someone was gonna say the line, picture you're being chased by a huge black guy. in it.
Oh wow.
All right,
Yeah,
I got all the flat colors down.
it makes me wonder, like, how the original Ghost Files was like the original, like, just what if somebody like took the raw Japanese and just retranslated it? How good a show would it be? Or is it because it's in such the anime zeitgeist that no one really wants to touch it now because it's so good, because it's bad?
I always heard the line that the reason they gave them sort of the right to fuck around with it as much as they did was because it wasn't all that popular in Japan. And then I heard that apparently that's not even the case. That it actually was that it was more popular than people think it is when they tell the whole ghost stories, how did it get made sort of story.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I would be kind of curious to see what the original's like.
Probably a good story. It's just, I guess for the Japanese it would be bad. They have a really strict policy of what's good and what's bad, I guess. What's popular, what isn't. And then they go through like waifus and shit like that, like Vicodins over there.
Yeah.
Today's waifu is yesterday's trash. Verse.
God, all that waifu stuff I think really has done a number on anime. I think it's cheapened a lot of how characters are written and developed.
Oh yeah.
It's
definitely.
turned the entire art of it and the creative process into more or less like a fucking just, I don't know, female archetype printing machine. Male archetypes too, really, but like it's most visible with waifus.
Yeah. They got husbandos, the waifus, but then the vocal minority appears more to be the waifu. I want to say waifu culture, but I'm even hesitant to say culture.
If you could call that culture.
Honestly, it's just so weird. It's just, it's a phenomena for sure, because everybody, I mean, my interpretation of why waifus are so popular is because
a bit much.
It fills a niche for certain individuals who lack, I guess, the social graces of meeting an actual girl.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it is really hard to like meet and talk to women and like engage with them and have an actual emotional connection to them and actually feel anything about them.
Yeah, I know, right? Who would do that? I mean, honestly. No, but seriously, it's just like, that's basically what it boils down to.
It's a marketing scheme that predates on lonely, shy men.
And women too, because there is the Fujoshi effect as well, with like the women really liking, like, it's either they really love really muscular men, or they really like, on the other side of the deviancy, they like really young men with pretty young faces and feminine faces, I'd say.
Maybe it's just because like I'm out of the zeitgeist with it now. I only really remember. Are there really like nerdy anime women, like American anime women who are like real cringy anymore? Because that's like shit I only ever really saw in like high school. And I wonder if that's kind of gone away.
It's kind of like mutated into Twitch streamers and VTubers. I can probably go into length of that, but that's what I think. I mean, that's the thing that immediately comes to my mind, is that the whole thing just has mutated over time into I mean, I don't have a VTuber, but I could say that if I had I probably would, but only because I have a vested interest, I suppose. We'll put it that way, into making a VTuber in the future.
Let's see.
But I guess, you know, it's not everybody will fit that category really, but it's like I just have an inkling, and I might be right about it, that the old days of the typical Fujoshi drooling over, you know, big men has changed, has become more of a culture, like a cultured thing, really. Just like, you know, men of culture. You have women of culture who like certain. It's less rancid, I guess, and it's more like acceptable these days.
Is it? I thought people would have made fun of them more these nowadays.
You would think so, but like I said, this is the years. Let's say the year of, because the years of the VTuber and the Twitch streamer with their characters. So
Not so sure about that. I was more talking about, like, do you ever remember in high school the girl who was like super into anime and she's like really excitable and embarrassing about it?
Oh, hi. You talking about me?
Does that really like exist anymore?
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's like, I mean, you still have the younger generation like getting super excited and cringy over certain animes. I mean, depends on what you're looking at. What sort of community you're looking into. I mean, you still have.
Well, let's be clear. I'm not looking into anything. I'm just wondering. I'm just curious if this thing from when I was young has held over.
Oh no! Like, are you trying to say you're not interested in looking into like high school girls?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to suggest that that's not the direction this is going in.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
So how can you talk about high school girls if you don't want to talk about high school girls?
Okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, okay, but I'm just fucking, of course, but no, but honestly, it's like I was saying before, things have changed. Things are a little more acceptable for the most part. There is cringe out there. I mean, it exists. Anime cringe does exist. See, like, My Hero Academia community. Oh boy.
I guess that would be like the new Naruto.
Yeah, right? I guess so. I mean, you could put it that way.
Although I found it easier to get into than Naruto.
I tried to start watching Naruto. What?
Naruto.
What's the right way of saying it? Who cares? You know, the ninja show.
The ninja show. The Japanese ninja show.
The Japanese ninja show. I tried watching that too, and it's like, I watched a couple episodes. It's interesting. But, at least there is a start and beginning and end for Naruto, I suppose, than, let's say, One Piece, which continues to go on and on and on forever and ever. At least when you're watching Naruto, you can actually just sit and watch it and be, okay, it's done. I can put it down now. And you had to choose whether you want to watch the next, like, you know, Boruto or whatever. That's called Boruto, right? Burrito?
Boruto.
But I keep saying burrito.
Burrito.
The ninja burrito, the Mexican ninja burrito.
Man, a Mexican ninja anime would be pretty interesting.
Instead of like the usual ninja cowl, have the luchador mask. Like,
something like that. I just know that Mexicans are really into anime.
Oh, yeah. A lot of, like, Brazilians are, like, huge.
So it'd be interesting.
Huge in anime.
Be interesting to see, like, that culture interpreting anime and then putting their own production into it.
It's like, can you imagine the same, like, Brazilians have the same, like, sort of enthusiasm as, say, a Japanese person with baseball. like it takes over their entire life that they love baseball so much and that a Brazilian loves anime.
Yeah, okay.
I have no idea where I'm going with tangent. We're just gonna have a little mind experiment. Just imagine that anime fans are beyond just Americans being weeaboos. It's not that much of a stretch.
Well, I know that, like, in Mexico, anime is sort of like so normal and like part of the culture that just like stalls go-karts will just put like Goku on it.
I think I've seen some things like that.
Nah, that ain't right.
You should do like a darker green, like for the shadows at the top or something like that.
I think like a sort of blue color might work. Just gotta find the right one. Whoa.
That is not blue.
That's not gonna. I'm using a multiply layer as an artistic way to cheat, but it doesn't play nice with red when you use blue. Normally you can kind of just pick the same color as the thing you're shading over and you get something out of it, but it's a little like simple.
Now it looks like she just had like sweaty armpits.
Yeah. So you kind of want to. Maybe I'll just pick the color of the thing I'm coloring over and add a bit of blue to it, but it's a lot harder with reds. Reds just don't like to play nice with shading.
No. Yeah, I can see how difficult it is. Long time ago, I was dating someone who was an artist. They showed me how to do some like basic shading and coloring technique. I haven't done that in a long time. I think I should like re-educate myself on how to do that again.
Yeah, I still don't know if I've even figured it out. I kind of just start going at it, and whatever works, works.
I mean, some people just.
I have a very just whatever works kind of attitude with art.
I mean, it seems to be working out for you. I mean, it's that neck scarf's come out good. I do like it.
Well, you know what always helps me then is after I put down what I think is a nice color, I go into this. You actually change the hue around a bit. See, that's getting more into the blues, and they go really dark with red.
Oh, jeez.
If you mess around with it a bit, oh man, red just really does not want to kick the saturation up. Nothing.
Wow, it's nothing.
Yeah, this red just doesn't. It just wants to be red. I'll just leave it like that instead of trying to fuck with it. Is it really that bad with it? What if I might be more tempted to just actually pick the color for the scarf versus some of the other areas, because I feel like almost a contrasting blue color, because this just kind of looks like it's just wet or something. So like instead of I'll separate my shading layers as multiply shading and like a different layer that's more just like flat color shading. There, so if I did take something like this, make it darker, maybe make it bluer. Maybe make it really blue.
Let's make
That's
it.
no,
Oh wow,
no, not like that.
kind of like a mauve.
Actually, probably make it lighter than that. So you get like an interesting contrast out of it. Although I'm not even entirely sure if this is right just yet, but
Maybe if you like brought down the saturation. Yes.
maybe. Let's try that. If I bring it all the way up, yeah.
Make it a little more faded, I guess.
You kind of get interesting effects if you fuck around with this stuff.
Can you like keep the color and then like just make it seem like faded color? You know what I'm talking about?
Not sure I do. Faded? How do you mean?
Like, you make this color slowly disappear. So the more the red comes out. So the outline more transparent over the red.
Oh, are you talking about blending?
Yeah.
That's kind of like a later step I get into. So like,
I was more or less saying like for the like a shadow effect. The rippling.
right. We'll get to that. That's usually a part I get to later. Oh, hold on. Let's take these. Put them all on a layer. Okay, I see. Oh shit, that's right. Let's do.
I'm gonna fill in this space of empty space with a random question that I randomly generated. So, you ready for it?
Randomly generated, you say?
Yes.
Go for it.
Which cartoon character do you wish was real?
I don't know how much that would like. Is this gonna affect my life?
I mean, like, it's your favorite. So, like, I guess it doesn't say favorite. It's which cartoon character. It could be like any kind of like. It could be like from anything. I guess.
What cartoon?
I mean, I guess if a cartoon character is made real, it would affect you. I guess it depends on what cartoon character it is.
Character do I wish was real?
He immediately says Goombella. I want her armless boobies to be my pillow.
You know, I guess. Fuck it. I'm just gonna assume it'll work out to my advantage if I make them real. Let's say. Um, if I can make a cartoon character real.
It also brings up a very interesting thing. What do you mean by making a cartoon character real? Does that mean like you take the cartoonist out of the character and make him into a real person, or what? Because with that in mind, I guess you pick any cartoon character and you turn them into a person.
Right, right. Are we assuming that I can just like get straight to bed with him?
Assuming that you want to take them to bed.
Um,
If that's the case, I'm curious what your choice is. What does Lake and Brooks find bettable?
God, I can go over a lot of different. Hmm. That's something interesting. Okay, what's that one chick's name from My Hero Academia? The rabbit girl.
Oh, shit.
Her. That's my choice.
That's.
I think it's like Rumi something, Usaga Yama or something like that.
Yep. Rumi Usagiyama. I mean, it's a good choice, you know.
And what about you?
I mean, if we're still going with the same universe, I'd bring in Suyu. Bring Frog Wife into life. She would make good wife.
Alright, that's a respectable choice.
I mean, a perfectly autistic character like her fits with a perfectly autistic person like myself.
Let's get on with this. It's like a light blue color. Let's see.
Would you ever do a 24-hour stream?
A 24-hour stream? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think I could. Like, I mean,
you don't think so?
I don't think it would be even possible. Like, I fall asleep so easily. So,
well, that's the best part of it. You can have it on, and people will be like, "Hey, look, it's Lincoln. He's sleeping." And you have like a little sleeping Lincoln knock on.
That's kind of lame. That's
up.
kind of lame. I'm not gonna have a stream where I'm just asleep.
Hey, lots of people, do that sort of thing. I do like funny shit with it.
It's not my thing. I wouldn't do a 24-hour stream.
Would you do it for charity?
I wouldn't do anything for charity.
Oh, wow.
I don't, not a big fan of, not so much the concept of charity, but I don't trust a lot of them. I don't think a lot of them are honest.
And if Dub was here, he'd probably have a few choice words about certain charities that'll pop up.
Yeah, I bet he would. Oh, shit.
What was the most money you found on the ground?
$100.
Really?
Yeah, that was like, probably like 12 years old. I had just gotten a Nintendo. Here's the fucked up thing. I had just gotten a Nintendo Wii. It was my birthday, so we went to Walmart for me to buy games. And then leaving the Walmart, I'm just looking at the ground. I see some money on the ground. I pick it up, and it's $100 bill.
Did young Lincoln turn in the money at Walmart, or did he hold on?
I held on to it. It's $100 bill. Who the hell is everyone's gonna claim it. It's not like it was in a wallet or something where I can identify who it belonged to.
True.
Although my parents did, this is fucked up. My parents did guilt me because inside the Walmart there was a donation thing for children with some sort of condition, for like infants. And they were like, like in the Christian thing to do would be to turn right around and go in there and put that $100 in there. And I'm like, yeah, but I want to buy more games for my Nintendo Wii.
Fuck the kids.
And then my sister got mad because I found $100 and she tried to make the argument that I owed her some of it.
Like, what was her argument?
That it just wasn't fair that I got $100. So my parents are like, well, no, he found it. Fair's fair.
Well, at least your parents were like that, at least.
Yeah. So, but she was really throwing a fit, so I think they took her out to dinner or something.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what you should do with a kid who's rowdy and, you know, making trouble. You reward them with food.
Yeah.
So they can do it again.
Well, we were both spoiled.
I think the largest amount of money I found on the ground was $50 on the street. And I'm betting that money was probably used for illicit reason. Because at the
was it that side of town?
Yeah, the neighborhood I was living at the time, you know, there'd be some deals going on. So
I see.
I probably picked up some money that had a little bit of something extra on it. Didn't know about it, probably. I still kept it. $50. Come on.
I mean, $50 is $50.
$50. I was just lucky no one tried to take it from me. And there's a certain hour of the day that I found it. It's like mid-afternoon.
So it wasn't the sketchy time of day yet.
Yeah, sun was still out. People were probably still, you know, sitting in their houses, probably watching their late afternoon soaps. Oh, that's a good question. Could have any animal for a pet.
Any animal for a pet, kiwi, hands down.
Kiwi?
Kiwi.
Would you eat the kiwi afterwards if you got hungry? Like you chop the kiwi up? Put it on your ice cream?
I just think they're really cool and they like run around all cool and shit.
I just think they're neat.
But unfortunately, New Zealand does not allow the export of kiwis.
Yeah, that's true.
They're like endangered or something. Whatever stupid reason they concocted to keep me from having a kiwi.
I would love to have a capybara pet. They're so chill.
Oh yeah, they're like dogs. They're almost just like they're like the big loving kind of dogs.
Yeah, like you put them in any situation with any animal, no matter how like ferocious they might be or not, they just find their way into your heart. I literally see capybaras. I think I saw a picture of them kind of chilling out with alligators in water, and they didn't bother him, and she was certainly bothering them.
They got that Buddhist energy.
That booty energy. Would you rather be the most funniest or the most smartest person?
Man, you picked a tough one for me there.
I mean, you're already smart, so easy answer.
I was kind of hoping you were gonna say I'm already funny. I think I'd rather be funny.
Why do you say that?
Funny people are a lot more likable. On top of that, like a funny person, I think if someone's really sincerely funny and their goal of going into anything is to be funny and to make people laugh, I see that as, I don't know, I see that as like good work in the world. You're intending to, you're making the world a better place when you do that.
That's true.
You know, smart people. Problem with smart people is that they think they're better than everyone else.
Some do. Some people. And even funny people have their faults too. I mean, look at Seth Rogen.
I mean, I'm not so sure he's funny.
Or smart, so I guess that nullifies the question.
That being said, it's not like I don't want to be smart either, but I think I'd rather be funny than smart.
I wouldn't mind being just a little more smart. If I could choose the degrees of smart and funny, I'd probably balance it out. I'd like to be a little more charismatic, be able to talk more and do more. It's hard though.
Yeah.
Some people it just comes naturally.
Yeah, I got like a real bastard attitude. I'm just kind of mean. Not in like a cool way either, in like that really obnoxious way where it's like, what's his problem?
I mean, you have your moments where you could be like, you like, you know, you're a likable person.
Yeah, it doesn't come easily to me.
Sometimes it just happens. You don't have to like force it out of you.
Yeah.
If you could add anyone to Mount Rushmore, what would it be? Christine Weston Chandler.
I'd say that as a meme, but if we want my honest answer, Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh yeah.
That's.
But Lakey, that's not a president. The only presidents go on Mount Rushmore.
I kind of see Mount Rushmore as sort of putting up figures who we are admiring, or some sort of quality that we feel embodies kind of American spirit or culture attitude. And I think MLK. I think he's probably one of the maybe last great Americans to come out of us.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Oh.
He had a. It's too bad his dream didn't turn out the way he wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Kind of. People kind of dropped the ball on that one. He was kind of hoping.
I think my answer probably sounds also like the most ultra normie answer anyone might ever give, but it's. I don't know. That's the kind of thing I've been thinking about for a long time. That I think MLK needs to be held up more in our culture, what he stood for.
Yeah. And like I said, time has kind of put him aside.
I find it really bizarre how many people nowadays either want to turn MLK into like a communist, or they want to completely tear him down as like not being radical enough. And I can't stand that.
Wasn't he like a Baptist preacher?
Yeah, he was a Christian. He was a Southern Baptist.
Southern Baptist. That's what I was.
His whole philosophy, and the whole reason he was such an advocate for civil rights and for why black men should be treated the same as white men in this country comes entirely from a Christian attitude of the belief that, you know, we're all God's children. We all come from the same spirit of God, and therefore we should all treat each other the same.
Mm-hmm. Let them bitches be crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
I should know, I'm pretty crazy.
But now, if we want a meme here, I think we should put Christine Weston Chandler up on Mount Rushmore, just because it'd be funny.
Right next to MLK?
Right next to MLK.
Just right there. Be the first the first trans woman on the Mount Rushmore. Christine Weston
I
Chan.
want to rush Mount more.
Rushmouth?
Yeah. I don't know about that.
If you could smash a Pokemon right now, which would it be?
You mean violently, right? Like I'm trying to kill it?
No. But let's go with that. That's more interesting. I mean, that's your wheelhouse right there. Violence. Domestic violence.
I could smash open a Pokemon, just like splatter its brains all over the ground. Probably have to give it to... I gotta think of like a Pokemon that like really makes me mad when I think about it.
I was pretty sure you picked Pikachu because he's like the most popular one.
No, I like Pikachu. What's wrong with Pikachu?
You would smash Pikachu?
No, I'm saying I wouldn't beat Pikachu's head in with a hammer.
I hope not. That's animal abuse. It's a literal mouse. That was a trick question. I was trying to trick you.
So wait, hold on. I'm not sure if I'm entirely clear on what the question is anymore.
I think we've gone off the spectrum. I think you didn't want to answer the one way, and we tried to do it the other way, and it kind of got really awkward. So let's move on. I'm gonna put another question in. Oh, this is pretty safe. Here's a safe one. What's your favorite type of candy?
We're talking about like whole categories, or just like pick an individual candy?
I guess like if you could have one candy right now, what would you crave for right now?
What would I crave for right this moment? At this moment, probably a Swedish fish.
Oh man, that's cool because I've been thinking about Swedish fish too.
Swedish fish are the shit. Although I think I got like a fucked up, weird like childhood, like almost getting hooked on them, sort of like early memory association with them, because Swedish fish in what it was like preschool is what our teacher would use to encourage us to do things. Well, she'd give us a Swedish fish.
There you go. You associate with positivity.
Yeah.
That makes me think about back. One thing that I got from my teacher when it comes to candy, when it comes to war, was like Tootsie Pops. I remember that distinctively. It's like I would get. It was either the chocolate one. It's always either the chocolate one or it's like the blue one. I think the blue was like the grape one. So it's either the grape or the chocolate. I remember it. But if I had candy right now I would want, I'd probably get Kit Kat.
You know,
I love Kit Kat bars.
Kit Kats just don't taste as... A lot of chocolate doesn't taste as good to me as it used to.
I mean, a lot of chocolate has changed over time. The recipes and so.
Yeah, like I don't know how much of it is like me changing and how much of it is like the companies getting worse.
I mean, you know, I can get into what about Hershey. Not Hershey. Is it Hershey chocolate that has like the whole thing with like slave labor, or is it like another company?
Nestle, I think. Yeah.
Nestle has the one that has the whole like not child labor, but you know, I think it is. But yeah, I am just capitulating on things I don't have full knowledge of, just to fill in time.
You know, fucking Hot Pockets are made by Nestle.
Yeah. You used to eat that, Lakin. Now you stop, and you've become woke. You no longer eat the hot
I,
dog.
I would I would never use the phrase "I become woke."
Except when you wake up in the morning. I've woke.
I'm only woke in the morning.
At night, I'm racist.
Oh no.
Says Lincoln Brooks. Pop on the screen. Lincoln Brooks only spicy at night.
I changed something? When the hell did I? Huh. Interesting. You know, maybe the shading's a bit too intense here. On the helmet. I can maybe show a bit more of that. So that way it doesn't look like she's just like in a fucking dark room or something.
Yeah. No wonder she's being so grumpy. Having her read in the dark.
I'm gonna try and do a little bit of a background, but I never liked doing backgrounds.
You probably just have like a little. I just imagine like a simple like she has a little triangle or a square she's sitting on like a rug.
I was gonna draw it like she's sitting in her bed, and I was gonna put like an open window over here or something.
That'll work out too. If you want to go crazy, go get stupid.
Stay like that. Any other questions?
I can wonder one. Ooh, I don't know if you want to answer this one.
Oh boy.
When was the last time you barfed?
I barfed?
Yeah.
But I don't think when I had COVID I threw up. When was the last time I threw up? You know, it's actually hard for me to remember.
Mine's really easy to remember. The last time I threw up.
You know, I think the last time I can really remember clearly, I think, was maybe somewhere in like 2016, 2017, but I'm almost certain I've had to have thrown up after that. No, I did throw up sometime after that because I went to a bar and I did a shot of Jägermeister and instantly threw up.
Oh, geez.
I think that's the last. So far, that's the last instance I can remember, but there might still be one after that yet. I have a very weak stomach. I do actually throw up quite a bit, or at least I guess more often than most people, because my sister would always make a point to comment on how often I throw up.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that. It's very. This is very strange about that. I think, like I said, the first thing that popped in my mind when I read that question was one time that I drank too much and I had a whole bag of paydays, like the little like fun-sized paydays.
Ah.
And I just started eating them.
Oh no.
I just started eating one after the other and drinking. And oh my god, that was the biggest mistake in my life. Not even an hour in, I was just like, oh my god.
Wait, okay, I can't remember an instance after that. It was also a drinking one. I was drinking at the Chris Amalis's place
Uh-oh.
because they had these like watermelon beer things that like you didn't even taste the alcohol. It was just like it was like almost watermelon flavored candy, and I was just
Watermelon beer.
slamming them back. And then I walked to their house. I went to the bathroom and I threw up. And then their cousin who was staying with them at the time, he was like I guess he was a trained chef in New York or something. He made me a fucking cheeseburger with like egg on it. It was awesome.
Oh wow, yeah. Sounds good. That just reminded me, like, another time that I got really drunk and sick.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a New Year's Eve. It was at a friend's house, and it was also the first time. I think this was back in high school, where I was drinking a lot of. They made me like this really nice like Kahlua mudslide. It was just like so smooth you couldn't even like taste the alcohol with it.
Yeah.
It just tasted like a chocolate shake, and I was just like, you know, drink it, make me another one, and I just drink it, give me another one. And it was also the first time I ever smoked a cigarette, too, at the same time. On top of that, I was sitting in their basement, and like a couple other guys were just like sitting there smoking Marlboro Reds. And I was like, let me have one. And I was sitting there fucking drinking Kahlua mudslide in a basement, smoking a Marlboro Red like a fucking redneck. Then I got really sick, and I got on the couch, and I remember I didn't sleep, but I distinctly remember watching the lights changing over from night to day, like the transition from night to day.
Wow.
Right in the ceiling. I was just laying there. I think eventually I did pass out, because I remember being nudged to wake up because they wanted to get up and go get McDonald's. And the motherfuckers didn't buy me McDonald's. They
brought you along and they didn't even get you McDonald's?
They didn't buy me McDonald's, bro. They didn't buy me McDonald's.
That's fucked.
What a fucking travesty.
I know. I'm like,
Alex,
I don't know if you heard the story. Alex, I know if you heard the story. I was just talking about the first time you've ever thrown up, and it's turned into like the first time I ever got drunk and smoking a cigarette.
Oh, are we telling throw up stories? Because I got a good one.
You got a good one? Okay, so
I got a good one.
do you want to hear mine one retold? Like, I'll make it quick. So, New Year's Eve, I think it was like high school. They kept making me Kahlua mudslides.
Oh,
so,
I love those.
Yeah, but they made it so good that I didn't even taste the Kahlua in it. So it was just like,
that's the point of a mudslide. They're fucking delicious.
I was like,
they're dangerous.
I was like, the first one I got, Lincoln, I forgot to say this, but the first one I got, I drank it all the way down, empty, in one sitting.
Oh shit!
It was that smooth. Like, this is so good. And then, at one point, I went to the basement. This is after like my second, like Kahlua mudslide. I was starting to feel it. I smoked my first Marlboro Red in the basement with a couple of guys.
You were up to no good.
There's my trash moment, my white trash moment, and then I.
So I've never really as an adult I don't really throw up very often. I don't get drunk, so I don't have any like wild like, hey, I got drunk and threw up stories.
Mm-hmm.
But my throw up stories are from when I was a kid, because apparently when I was a kid, like I just fucking threw up all the time. I don't know what the hell that was about.
Just a hose of
just from the ages to 6 to 10, I was just projectile vomit 24/7.
The exorcism every day for you.
Every day. It was hell for my family. So, but the first time I ever remember throwing up, and like I'm sure there was plenty of times before that, but the first time I ever like I have a memory of throwing up. I was probably like 6 or 7, I'd have to say, because like I know that I was a huge Pokemon fan because I had a gigantic stuffed like Pikachu pillow in my bed. And I guess I got like the stomach flu or like some sort of thing that made me have to throw up. While and in the middle of the night, I remember like I woke up and I was like something's gonna happen to me and I don't know what. And then I just went bleh all over the Pikachu pillow and I was like that's upsetting, and I threw it in the hallway because I was upset and I went back to sleep.
Oh.
And my parents found this fucking vomit-covered Pikachu in the hallway in the morning.
Oh man.
Jesus.
Real quick. I'd like to address GD Cat in the chat. Are you asking about if I do commissions or if I take like or if I'll do like a sketch request on stream? Because I don't exactly have like a format. If you're interested in a commission, you can God, does YouTube even have a messaging thing anymore? I don't think so. Art. I mean I'm open for taking a commission. I haven't really put together sketch. Are you asking for something on maybe on like a Thursday stream where I usually do sketches and stuff? I'd be more open to that. But this is me actually just working on a piece for Twitter. If you're interested in contacting me for any kind of drawing or sketch, if you got like a Twitter or like a Newgrounds or something, that you can contact me on any of those. Which let me go ahead and let me get a different tab. I can go ahead and bring those up for you.
It'd be cool, like, I just imagine, like, Alex, like, you giving, like, the information about Lakin's, like, Newgrounds and Twitter, like that, like a game show host. If you want to contact Lakin for commissions, do blah 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 blah.
Sorry, this is the first time I ever got like a request like this. I don't know how to answer entirely. But you can.
If you wish to contact Lakin Dakota.
But if you wanna,
all you have to do is go down into your basement and create a sacrificial summoning, and he will appear.
But if you're interested in requesting me for a commission, you can contact me on my DMs in either of these places, or I'm not sure if I want to say my email.
I mean, you don't have to. I mean,
you don't have to. Just...
But
Twitter has direct messages.
That's right. But I am open for taking maybe a commission. I haven't put together an official thing on that soon yet, but I'm working on that. But I'd be willing to take a request.
You could also contact him via smoke signal. You go outside and make a fire.
Do you have AIM Messenger?
You can contact me on my MySpace.
Oh. So,
I have my ICQ if you want to use that.
Or even if there was like some way to... I'm so upset that YouTube got rid of like DMs, because it'd be perfect for a situation like this. Anyways, I'm sorry, Alex. I interrupted your story.
Dude, it's your stream. Interrupt me whenever the hell you want.
Oh, so...
I come into Discord and I take over your stream, Lakin.
This is the Alex show.
This is my show.
I'm the artist that just grabs Lakin's fucking styles. Like, I make the art now. I'm gonna make the boobies bigger, the ass fatter. That's what you people like.
Damn right.
Damn right.
We get not safe for work. Switching the stream over to porn.
There is a lot of artists for like NSFW stuff that use Picardo.
die, so I just do. Who am
Yeah,
I'm
what's
confused.
the other one? Like
They
Pixiv
say
or
my whole
whatever.
Yeah.
life I got
Yeah.
to choose, but not really. I thought if I trained
But
at the
yeah,
Canadian Nights with the
anyways,
craft, I couldn't lose. But
so
instead it
my
seems I
other
only got the
story, which
blues,
is
so I'm
this
just
is a story that actually
working life hard, bro.
ruined
But if I
a
don't go to work, I
a
might starve, bro.
a,
And if I don't have a
ramen for
goal,
the
life
rest of my
ain't
life
worth it.
for my
So when I
brother.
get home from
Oh
work, I go
no.
to work. Next year I gotta make it
So
even if it hurts.
I think
But I
I was
guess
still in
these
elementary
just
school. I
first
know
world
that much.
problems. Just
So I was maybe
puzzles.
like
I can solve 'em.
9,
I just need access to the
maybe
pieces.
like
I
pushing
used
on
to hate
10. But
things
like
until they tracked me like a
I was a
thief.
kid, and I remember like
Now
I
I
had to
just
stay
teach
home
it.
because I was just
I
like
talk in code cause I keep so
like
many
I literally
secrets.
was
Tell a
like the
nigga something
Exorcist. I was
these
just fucking
days, the nigga
throwing up all
weak.
day. I had to carry a bucket around with me, and I
Wish I
had to
was
empty it like
younger.
7
Maybe
times
this
a
was
day.
Ugh.
Oh, the
getting older.
buckets.
I
I
feel
remember
like
the buckets,
knowledge
Alex. I
became a
usually get
weakness.
like the
My
ice
bad,
cream
Raph.
buckets usually
I know
from
I'm
you get
always
from the
on
The
point.
store.
buckets are the worst part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like I remember I literally was just hugging onto a bucket all fucking day, and like I had to keep emptying it because I kept filling it up, and I had to keep drinking water because like otherwise I would just like dry heave myself into oblivion. And and so like I was sitting there, and like I guess like my mom stayed home from work because like I was literally like fucking dying, and she's like, well, maybe he needs someone there with him. And uh so like it was probably around like lunchtime or whatever, and my mom came up to me and she's like, you want me to make you something to eat? And I was like I guess I could try. And she was like, all right, well, like I'll make you some ramen or something. And I was like, all right. And like so she made it, and like I had this bowl and I started eating it. And I was like, at
Oh no.
first I was like, oh man, it does feel good to have something in my stomach. Like I'm starting to feel better. And my brother walks into the room, and he's like, hey, what's going on? And I immediately like grab my bucket and vomit what looks exactly like ramen in reverse out of my mouth.
Oh.
And my brother's just like frozen in fear, like, what the fuck did I just see? And he's like, I'm never eating ramen another fucking day of my life, and just left. Like he literally like, because he's like, look, all I can imagine whenever I think of ramen is it literally coming out in reverse from your mouth.
I do remember if I ever was like sick enough and I would eat in any instance where I would ever be like throwing up ramen, it comes out looking exactly like it went in.
Yeah, like I don't know what it's about. Like I just maybe I just don't chew fucking noodles or something. But
Could be the
like when it
preservative. Who knows?
when it came out, it was just ramen again. This this is actually how ramen is made.
Ramen again.
Ramen again.
Like I just want to get like a gif of like anime characters eating ramen where they're like slurping it and just put it in reverse, and I'm like, that's what it was.
I don't know if you heard like food being ruined for me. Uh the payday bars. I don't know if you heard that story, Alex. If you're here for it.
No.
Oh, so drunk story. I'll make it short because everybody else has already heard it. I got drunk and I had the idea that best thing to eat while you're drunk was a bag of fun-sized payday bars. And I ate half of the bag of paydays before I'd started to regret my life decisions.
Oh no.
And it all came out so fast. And it came out so fast that I was like in tears. Like I was just like, oh god.
Oh. Oh god.
Just I guess it's just because there's so much sugar and there's so much salt.
Yeah, I had a friend a long time ago, I think in like middle school or whatever. There was one day like we went down to the convenience store, and like, you know, being a kid and like your first time where you have like any like I guess significant amount of money. Like instead of like buying like anything like valuable, we were just like, bro, we're just gonna go buy a bunch of fucking candy.
Oh
And,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
and we went down to the store, and I remember he bought like 2 of the like the giant bags of Reese's Pieces.
Oh.
And like we went back to my place, and we were sitting down in the basement, and he's just eating all these fucking Reese's Pieces, like fucking handfuls at a time. Like he's gone through like a bag in like 5 minutes.
Oh god.
And like these are those big like fucking whatever, like 1-2 pound bags of Reese's Pieces. And he's already gone through one in like 5 minutes. He's already started on the second one, and like there's just like a certain point where like I just watch him like maybe like halfway through the second bag where he's just like stops, and like it's almost like he like saw the devil or something like that, because he had like this look of fear on his face, which I'm sure was just the fact of like his stomach catching up to him, and like he was probably just like, oh god, I feel like crap. And I just I watched him grab for like the nearest container, which I think was like a popcorn bucket or something that we had from movie night before. And I just watch him like explode out like this Reese's Pieces like rainbow out of him. And like afterwards, I just heard this like, ugh! Like he was just in so much pain, and I was like, oh my god, like, and like at that point, I was like, maybe I'm gonna stop eating this candy. Like I don't want that to be me.
I don't want to be that guy anymore.
Fucking, when I was a little kid, we would go over to my grandparents' place after church, and they had all kinds of like old people candy. And one of them.
Oh, like Werther's in the strawberry.
Yeah. One of them was York peppermint patties.
Oh, I love peppermint patties.
Well, one day I went over there, and there was like a bag of them, and I just attacked it and then threw up.
On that note, hello everybody.
Holy shit,
Hello.
Nick's in here.
Nick is in here. Let me turn myself up, or let me turn my ears up a little bit because I'm having trouble hearing. Talk again once.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, now I turned it up too much. What's up, everybody?
Not much, just doing shading on Goombella here.
Cool. I just spent like the past pretty much the whole day looking inside Grace's Wii and trying to fix it, and I couldn't fix it, so I'm probably gonna replace the disc.
You should really go to a doctor about
that. Her Wii is inflamed.
Hex, why don't you ask Nick and Alex the questions you were asking me earlier?
Go on.
Hit me.
Is Hex dead?
No, she's gone.
She's gone. We lost her.
Okay, while we're waiting for Hex, I actually, if we could circle back to York peppermint patties real quick. I love them myself, and I went to Hershey Park one time, and they have all sorts of candy there, stuff I didn't even know existed, and they have York peppermint patty pieces in the style of like Reese's Pieces, but York peppermint patty. And I was like, oh, that's fucking awesome. And I got a bag of them. And it was a pretty big bag. And I ate a bunch of them on the drive home. And it was to the point where my tongue started bleeding a bit. And I had to stop.
Oh my god.
I don't know what it was. Like, I don't know if it's the candy shell or the like intense mint or both, but my tongue was bleeding. And I was like, ugh.
I think if you just eat enough candy rapidly enough, it'll do that. You ever like eat enough candy that you start to feel the roof of your mouth peeling off?
No. That was happening too. I think that happened.
Well, so I know that like that was a big thing that was happening because years ago, there was the Warhead challenge that was.
Those will destroy the roof of your mouth.
Well, and the thing is, like, because the way that like sour works, like it's acidic, and I'm sure there's acid in those other candies in some way, but
the taste you're enjoying is the taste of pain.
Yeah, exactly. And like at a certain point, like it just starts dissolving your mouth, and that was what happening with the Warhead challenges, because like people were having so much of it, they're like, my tongue is bleeding, and like everyone was like, well, I got to get to the point where my tongue bleeds now.
Yeah, that's the new. So was the challenge just eat as many fucking warheads as you can?
Yes, literally, that was the challenge, if I remember. Or it was, you had to eat like 100 of them or something.
My favorite
That
challenge.
sounds super fucking healthy.
My favorite challenge was eat as many Tide Pods as possible.
Don't make me go back. I can't eat another one.
I got to 7 before I blacked out.
When I was practicing for that back in the day, I would eat one like every day just as a snack, and then I couldn't stop.
You know, apparently the big thing that would like get people killed doing that was
breathing.
It's not even like ingesting them. It's fucking, if your teeth or anything punctured the actual Tide Pod, the shit would go down your throat and it would like swell up. Your throat would like inflame, and it would get caught in your throat and swell up and you choke to death.
So you're telling me the thing that was killing them was the toxic laundry detergent?
Yeah, who would have thought?
No shit.
Yeah, like a big major thing that was a part of that was the fact that your esophagus kind of works in a one directional way, but like the fact is that like while you're eating, you're also breathing, and there's powder in a Tide Pod. So like not only like what you just said, but like people were also getting like the detergent in their lungs, and it was dissolving their lungs. So like, yeah, like you can eat them just fine.
If you just swallow them whole, it's fine. As if that's not gonna cause its own fucking problems.
I was gonna say, wait, yeah, there's still gonna be problems here, surely. You just won't get your fucking lungs filled with powder that dissolves them.
Yeah, you just won't bleed out of the lungs.
Yeah, you can bleed out of your ass.
Bleed
instead.
out of the stomach lining and the asshole.
Yeah, it'll just dissolve your stomach lining, and then you'll dissolve yourself.
All right.
You eat the food, but in Soviet Russia, food eats you.
Shit.
I need to do something with these eyes.
I think they look pretty nice. Oh, I'm just realizing I'm behind because I'm looking at the live stream and not the Discord stream.
Oh no, I'm just talking about like doing more with them. Because it's not a lot going on with them here, you see.
I mean, I don't think you gotta have too much going on with them.
I think pupils is a good idea. Maybe if you want to do a little shine to them, it might make it look nice. Like give it a little contrast, but it could also become too
I think
much.
eyes are just like my biggest fucking problem as an artist. I just can't. I don't think I've ever been consistent with them. You know,
ironically,
no wonder Sunny's eyes are always closed.
Wait, her eyes are just always black.
Yeah, in her
Black
thing,
dots, they're black holes.
Yeah, I'm saying in normal Goombella that's the case, but I'd like to give it a little more detail.
Alex, Goombella doesn't usually have tits either. That would be objectively worse if we took those out.
She's got them cold black eyes. Like a doll's eyes.
Oh, you want to hear about like the real situation that was like that? There was a fucking in World War II. There was a U.S. Ship that was going on like a mission to. I think they were restocking an island. And they got shot, and they got fucking shot down. Not shot down, but they got missiled by the Japanese, and a bunch of the guys fell overboard, and they were just stuck in the water, and all the oil was leaking out of the fucking ship, so they were covered in oil on top of it. And the thing was, no rescue came out because they thought they arrived there just fine. So they were like stuck out there for like in the middle of the ocean for like 3 days, and a lot of the people who were like anyone who was like straggling or like struggling to keep afloat would get just fucking taken down by sharks.
Lakin, where do you learn all your fucked up war stories? Because you always seem to have some.
Well, let's YouTube mostly. Wendigoon talks about them sometimes. I think he talked about that one. Dan Carlin's Hardcore History. If you're looking for a good history show.
40 men went into water. 13 men came out.
This was like, I think
13 men went into the water. 15 men and a baby came out.
We're not quite sure how it happened yet.
3 men and a little lady. I don't know.
It was a miracle.
But yeah, it was. I'm trying to remember if, or I'm trying to remember how many guys it was. It was like, I think a lot of the people died. One in the initial actual hit from the missiles, but then a lot of the men who were stranded out in the ocean and also drowned. I think very few of them got out of it. So what do I want to do with this?
Also, side note, Hex, are you back now?
Yes.
Okay, so what was the thing, Lakin?
Okay, Hex, why don't you share some of the questions you asked me with Nick and Alex here?
Oh, let me find it again, because it's literally just a random question generator that I found.
Boy.
Well, I specifically wanted to know their answers to some of the ones I was asked. So, like, what was one of them? If any cartoon character, if you could choose one cartoon character to be real, who would it be?
Oh.
You have a better memory than me. I just threw them out. I forgot.
Okay, so I have to ask very specifically, what are we considering a cartoon?
I guess anything drawn or animated.
Like an animated character.
Okay, so like any animation.
Yes.
Yep. Even
Okay.
like Newgrounds, like that, like Flash animation, so things like that.
I'm curious as to what you're thinking of. That you're not sure if it applies.
Well, like I wanted to be sure, like if we're talking like cartoons, where like if we're talking like very specifically like Western.
Okay, yeah.
Or like if like
you can count anime too.
I was gonna say, like, do we include anime? Do we not include anime? Like, like I don't want someone to be sitting in your chat and being like, anime's not a cartoon.
I don't think there's that. I don't think there's that many people in the chat.
I'm in the chat, like, and I would have done it myself.
There was GD Cat earlier.
There's GD Cat. We can get GD Cat's opinion on what counts as a cartoon.
GD Cat, are you reading? Please respond.
Please respond to our distress call.
GD Cat, this is Markiplier.
But yeah, I mean I answered with an anime character, so you can go ahead and.
What was your answer, Lake? And I'm curious.
Mine was the bunny girl from My Hero Academia, Rumi Usagiyama, I believe her name is.
Oh, furry.
Listen. It doesn't count if it's just the ears.
Oh, I see.
I don't know if I'm thinking that.
Well, she has a tail too, doesn't she? She has a bunny tail. Does she?
Oh shit, no.
Does she have?
I think that just might be part of her costume.
Or are the ears real? I haven't seen the show.
I actually don't know. I've just seen pictures of
Does
her.
she have human ears?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, if you consider the fact that there is like a humanoid frog girl, then we can assume that even humanoid rabbits can exist as well, and birds. There is a bird, like an actual like bird person.
I'm trying to think what character I would make real.
Yeah, that's
Okay, let's put another caveat on here because this is what helped me pick my answer. Is we can assume that you get to go right to bed with them.
Wait, whoa.
Really? Because I was gonna make the joke. I was gonna make the joke and say like, I'm going to bring this character so they can reject me in real life.
It's a more funnier answer, actually.
Because I was gonna say like fucking reasons aside, what if you could bring in like a superhero character, or like someone with cool powers? Would that break the laws of our universe?
I mean, it probably would, but I also put in the thing that like, what cartoon character would you make real? You would literally make them a person, like a real person.
Yeah, like they'd be a human being with like thoughts and feelings outside of just the story they were in before.
Yep. They would have the memories of where they were, but they're just flesh and blood a person now.
Wait, real quick, Lakin, I kind of liked the lines you had at the bottom. I think just the first level of thickness you had was good.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Oh wait, not
Oh
those
no,
ones,
no, I've lost
darker ones.
them now. They're gone.
It's fine.
Kind
God.
of liked them. I wasn't too sure on them. Well, I still got.
I felt like it made the edge of the eye look a little more
Well,
defined.
that's kind of what I'm going for, but there's like, I wasn't so sure if the color was right for that.
I liked the color. I didn't. The first one was a little too red.
Yeah.
I want to make Jackie Chan from Jackie Chan Adventures.
I was thinking this whole time, if I bring a cartoon version of a real guy, what happens?
You get him in his cartoon
like,
context.
But then can I like introduce him to the real guy?
Possibly.
I mean, what's stopping you?
Would anything break?
My mind.
My parents.
I'm surrounded.
I'm really
by
having trouble.
Surrounded by two of the most sexiest men alive. What am I supposed to do now?
I would bring Jessica Rabbit, suffocate in her big titties, and die.
Perfect.
I would bring Rouge the Bat. Everyone would
Par from
chastise
The
me for being a
Incredibles.
furry, and then I would die.
Yeah, because Rouge came from the place called Hot Chick Heaven.
She did, yeah. Or I could bring
I
Amy
want
Rose.
Sonic
She
the
has 3
Hedgehog.
arcs of hair.
Oh, wow. I want to give him my chili dog.
No, I want to be badass and bring Shadow the Hedgehog.
So he can reject me in real life.
And he can bring his machine gun and reject
Suffocating
me.
Yeah, Bob!
Suffocating his fat nuts and die.
Forcibly rejects you.
Yeah, I would bring specifically weirdly out of character Shadow the Hedgehog, so that he just shoots everyone and sides with the aliens.
You bring him into the real world and he just starts a mass shooting. You're like, no, this isn't what I wanted.
No.
He went on a spree killing. It was just like the game.
Is that maybe too much?
I was gonna say the extra highlight on the top makes it look maybe a little too real. Try it with just the bottom and zoom out.
I feel like actually you want the top one
and not the bottom.
Not the bottom. Oh, no shit.
I was gonna say, wait, can you not just erase it, or is it all in one layer?
I forgot to put them all in the same layer because I'm very smart.
Disgusting.
How could you?
Wait, hold on.
You're not a real artist. You should have multiple layers.
Man, if we brought Shadow the Hedgehog into the real world, he'd just get canceled. Because they'd bring up that one line in Shadow the Hedgehog where he goes, "Disgusting black creatures, get out of my sight."
Oh, no.
That's a real line from the game.
Oh, that's...
He actually says that when you beat one of the bosses.
Like this here.
Did Alex just drop?
Ah.
Also, my
he had to get out of there. He got
my music app stopped working.
Okay, I need to actually answer the fucking question.
What about Jesus from Jesus and Friends?
One of the VeggieTales vegetables, and then you eat it.
You would unwittingly cause the second coming of Jesus Christ and the world ends.
Okay, here's a thought. If I bring a cartoon character, if I bring that goes to my question nicely actually. If I bring a cartoon character to real life, are they still in their cartoon style, or do they become like 3D flesh and blood? Like, are they a flat character?
The caveat that I was saying before, like you just turn them into like a real person. Maybe that something strange would happen. Like if they're like a giant anime-eyed person that have big giant eyes.
Well, yeah. So like if they have those giant anime eyes, could I like harvest them and like we could use them for science?
So you're basically looking for like fucking Alita from Battle Angel Alita.
Oh yeah.
The live action.
Well, she's a weird one because she's like a CG character composited into the real world already, so she'd look exactly like that.
Yep, that's what an anime character would look like in real life.
So I could do like original edit movie Sonic.
Oh no!
No.
Just bring him to life, screaming.
Meow.
Oh, kill me.
I'm trying to think of like, is there a character you could bring to life that would somehow be like an altruistic choice? Like, is there like a character who, if you brought them to the real world, everyone would benefit from it in some way?
I'm like Lincoln was saying, like thinking like a superhero or something.
I think I mentioned that. Well, he might have earlier. I don't know.
Well, okay, but
Yeah, I
I
did
picked
too.
a superhero for entirely selfish reasons.
That's true. Well, you got the best of both worlds though, because she could save the world and you could fuck her. Like you got
Yeah.
you got everything you needed out of it.
Did you know that a bunny's hop is over 50 miles per hour, Lincoln?
You can hop on her back and she can take you everywhere.
I don't think that's
Your
what she's
hips would be-
suggesting.
Your hips would be destroyed, Lincoln.
That's fine.
She thumps against the bed and you fucking die.
Fine. That's fine. That's a good way to go.
Would she wait? Does she like thump her leg when she gets upset? Because bunnies do that. It's really
That would
funny.
be fucking cute as fuck.
Lakin's furry. Lakin's
Shut up!
furry.
Shut
furry,
up!
furry,
Shut
furry.
up!
She'd be like,
Shut
She'd
up!
be like, Lakey, I'm so mad.
Lanky. She'd be like, Snaky, lanky.
Oh.
And then she turned you into a scaly.
No.
Why did his bunny character?
Hey, how
turn
about
to
you
Marge
pick a
Simpson?
fucking answer, Nick? How about that?
I know. I'm still fucking thinking about it. Whenever someone gives me a hypothetical like this, I get so caught up in the technicalities of it that I never fucking answer. Like,
That's when the autism takes over, and I can't stop thinking about little details.
What if I brought Captain Planet? Do the kids have to come with him?
Oh,
I guess
Because
so.
they summon him.
what if it's like you just brought them in and like the ring just like dropped onto the ground and like you just put them on? Summon Captain Planet.
What if I brought like fucking Smeagol to life and there's no ring? What would he do?
Oh, he.
Where's the precious? You in the precious, you motherfucker!
Now, Smeagol, I know.
My name is Gollum. I don't know what happened to my ring.
And I'm like, shut up, Smeargle, you're a Pokemon.
Now, Smeagol, I know this all sounds really bad from your position, but let me show you something. This is called 4chan.
Oh no.
Dude, Smeagol would fucking post on 4chan all the goddamn time. And Sam would post on Reddit.
Oh.
This drawing's actually really coming together.
Yeah, I'm getting scared. I always get scared at the points where it's like, alright, I gotta take it to like the next step, and I don't know if the next step should be doing a second shading layer.
Do her blushies first, because they're just circles right now, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's easy.
Yeah, but finish them out.
No.
Come on. Make them pop.
Also, I would maybe just do like a thin line on the bottom of the eyes. Actually, yeah, what you've got there, are you just going to take the white out from outside of it?
What do you mean?
Because you have those little gray lines at the bottom.
That's just from the sketch.
Okay. Okay, there we go.
Oh.
Got it. Because I was going to say, if you're going to do a line like that, I would do it
No.
like thinner. But if you're not having a line, it's
No,
fine.
no, that's all just sketch. I'm just having that go straight from... Because you usually actually don't... Usually, though, you can sometimes... I usually don't want, like, a line at the bottom of the eye.
Yeah, I was actually... Funnily enough, Grace and I were just talking about drawing eyes, like, before I came on here, because she was doing some drawing in her... I don't know if it was a sketchbook or if it was just on paper, but she's really good at drawing
I
eyes.
want to do it with this, or do I want to do it with my regular...
Grace said only eyes.
I'm really good at drawing eyes too. Sometimes I use a melon scooper to get them out.
Like drawing blood, like you're taking it out.
I'm really good at drawing eyes. Look at them. I got a collection.
I got jaws of them.
Take them home if you like.
Way back when I first started working on Choo Choo's Adventure, I was originally going to make like a studio name, even though it was just me working on the game, and I was going to call it Jarring Image Productions, and the logo was actually an eyeball in a jar, and someone showed me Jacksepticeye's old logo, and I was like, that's really fucking similar.
Yeah.
And then I was like, maybe I'll differentiate it by putting like a severed finger in there with it, and the finger and the eye lined up and looked like a cock and ball. So I immediately got rid of it. That was another scenario of me coming up with something only to find out it already existed.
First time...
Which I knew like eyeball in a jar existed, but it was really similar.
The first time I remember that happening to you was when you fucking accidentally came up with fucking what was Poochie's stand name?
It was White
White
Snake.
Snake. Yeah, when you accidentally came up with
Yeah,
White Snake.
I like came up with White Snake exactly as a power for fucking Discman actually.
Yeah.
Which is like for context for Hex, anyone watching was like a different thing. Still something I'm kind of lightly working on just in the background as like a story I'm writing. But yeah, the main character had powers based on the word disc, and one of the powers was going to be, I guess not to spoil JoJo Part 6, exactly what that villain does. Like, exactly. If you ever read that, it's the same exact thing, and I couldn't believe it. I don't know if that was the first time that happened where I came up with a thing that already existed, but that was certainly one of the more prominent ones.
Well, I was there for when that happened to you.
Yeah, I think I messaged you on Discord about it, and you replied, "Nick, that's literally the power of the villain from JoJo Part 6."
I thought I was like in the same room as you were describing it.
It could have been that too. I remember telling a few people about that idea. I kind of like that you went with a little more of a green color scheme for her outfit.
I mean, that's just literally what it is.
Oh, did you eyedrop that?
Well, no, I just I bought it and I went with an approximate similar green. You know, I didn't get the same.
I always thought hers was more like a tan.
Looks green to me.
I guess it's like a tan green.
It's a tannish green. It falls within that range.
It's like a khaki green, you know.
It's a green.
Yeah.
Kind of the type of green
It's
you
a
have.
grin.
It's Gren.
It's Gren.
And if I don't have a goal, life ain't worth it. So when I get home from work, I go to work. Next year, I gotta make it even if it hurt. But
I wouldn't mess too much more with the shading. I kind of like it where it is.
I kind of want to see though. Well, because then here's the thing.
Yeah, just try it out, I'd say.
Here's the thing. If I double up on the shading, when it gets to like the blending phase of it, you know, it kind of, I don't know. I find that it creates a nice blend when you get to that phase of it. But this is like once you get to this shade layer, this is like the really, really dark areas.
Right. You're doing this on a different layer,
yes,
right?
This is on a different layer.
Okay, good. Because I was like, if if this is all on the same fucking layer, that would not be good.
Nick, I like to live with the consequences of my actions. You have an answer yet?
Oh fuck!
He's
I stopped thinking about it. Okay, what's just like the coolest fucking cartoon character ever?
It's a very broad statement.
Yeah, but it's something I should have an answer to, I think.
Right.
Like, I should be able to say, who do I think is the coolest character?
How about this? What's the first character pops in your mind right now?
I'm thinking, like, cool character?
Yep.
Fucking Funky Kong.
Funky. Real. He's now real.
Literally fucking Funky Kong as soon as I thought cool cartoon character.
Hyper realistic Funky Kong.
The moment he
Okay. Imagine this. You're in real life, right? You're hanging out. You're not playing a video game. This is real life, okay? Real. And you do something that no one's ever done before, right? Like let's say you like, I don't know, you do a weird combination of actions that's never been done in human history before, and then you see you see a pop-up come up like in your vision. Like, just in front of your eyes, and it says, "Congratulations, you can now play as Funky Kong." Would you try it out?
Oh, no, because I'm not a furry.
Well, no, but let's say you could, you could become him, and then you could turn back to normal. Would you play as Funky Kong?
Well, I'm back.
Alex.
Oh, Alex, you're back. Oh, is he back? I can't hear him.
Alex?
He said, "I'll be live." He's gone.
Oh,
now.
maybe he was having audio issues.
Oh.
Alex, if you're there, fart 3 times.
He may have messaged me. No, he hasn't. Although I'm a bit averse to touching Discord just because that will screw up the actual recording The
Yeah.
little bar at the bottom. I might call the drawing here shortly, just because I got work tomorrow.
What are you gonna call it?
I think he's gonna call it Goombella.
I'm gonna call it Goombella's Fat Titties.
Oh,
there
wait,
you are.
Alex, talk again.
Am I here? Am I alive?
Yeah, there you
go. I thought you left because you didn't like the quote I was going to cancel Shadow the Hedgehog for. I was like, oh, I scared him off.
You triggered him. He loves Shadow the Hedgehog so much.
Shadow would never say that!
You're fucking wrong!
They're taking him out of
Take
context!
it back! Yeah! They took him out of context! He was talking about aliens!
Let me live.
Alex, I inadvertently chose an answer to the question while you were gone.
Okay, what's the answer?
So I said I would probably bring like the coolest character I could think of, and I had to think of who that was. And then Hex said, "You got 5 seconds. Give me the answer to that question." I just said the first thing that came to my mind was Funky Kong. So I guess I'm bringing Funky Kong into the real world.
Well, you know, Funky Kong is really cool. He helped me through that messy divorce.
Yeah, Funky Kong let me crash on his couch that one time when I had nowhere else to stay.
Yeah.
No one else to turn to. And then I woke up in the morning and he was making me eggs and he was like, "Good morning, sleepyhead."
Wait, have you ever seen the video that's like, what was it? An emotionally intelligent Funky Kong helps you through a messy divorce? ASMR.
No, I haven't.
I don't think I had the pleasure.
That was like
The pleasure is all Funky's.
that was a fucking meme a while back. But it's like literally it's like Funky Kong shows up. He's like, "Hey man, I know this is a tough time for you right now. I know things seem really bogus at the moment."
That's
fucking great.
Funky Kong. You know what? I'm glad I brought him into the real world now. Maybe he could teach me how to surf. And he'll yell like he does in Mario Kart, where he'll be like, "Oh!" He sounds so fucking weird in that game.
Imagine if you heard him screaming if he's in the bathroom because he's having a hard time getting something out of the bathroom. Like, "Oh, yeah!"
He's having a hard time getting the shit out.
Yeah. Would you help him out? Would you go in there and hold his hand?
Would you go in there and pull it out for him?
Oh, God, no.
Would you go in there and pull it out for him and feed it to his child?
Oh.
What are you talking about? It is his child.
On the question of what is an animated character, does CGI
Yes.
count?
It has to, yeah, because
Yes.
I have Funky Kong in here, and he's either CGI or a sprite. I don't think he's ever 2D animated.
He might have been 2D animated in the Donkey Kong show.
Well, that was CG, wasn't it? The Donkey Kong show?
I mean, that was anime. I'm talking like CGI, like
like a video game character.
in a live action movie, but it's a CGI character.
I think that's allowed because I jokingly said Movie Sonic before, like the first rendition of Movie Sonic.
Yeah, I'll
That'd be
allow
really
that.
funny.
All right, I choose Rexy.
The fuck is that?
Rexy from who or from
the
what?
T-Rex from Jurassic Park.
Oh.
That's perfect. I was looking for answers that break reality. Bringing back a dinosaur is excellent.
Does that then make it though? Does it? I guess it would become like a real dinosaur then, wouldn't it?
It would just be a real dinosaur.
I mean, you'd maybe notice like some tries if you look at it real closely, but it was a pretty good CG model. So, like, I'd imagine it has all the properties of the CG model.
So, yeah, I'm just bringing back dinosaurs.
So you're fucking the dinosaur. I see how it is.
Speaking of fucking things, the other question that Lakin would avoid was, which Pokemon would you smash?
Oh, okay. That's probably weirdly enough an easier one for me because very few of them are like humanoid and female.
So
and
we're
that's...
talking to the non-furry.
I was gonna say that's typically what I go for personally.
If you
All
were
right,
human
guys,
being.
we're gonna go through all 900 plus Pokemon and smash your path. Let's do it.
Oh, we're
Nick-
doing the Markiplier thing
Right now?
Nick, hypothetically, okay.
All right, let's hear it.
What if you were a furry? What would you smash?
I mean, that'd probably be fucking Lopunny like right away because it's got an ass.
It's got ass.
Okay, so I know I didn't answer before, but quite frankly, if I had one, it would be that.
Oh, there you go.
Lakin likes the bunny
you guys
girls.
didn't go like the Gardevoir route.
No, I was gonna say get Jinx. She's got the giant blowjob lips.
You know, strangely enough, Jinx is the closest to like just being a human.
Just being like a chick, yeah.
The Mr. Mime.
Mr. Mime's not a chick.
That wasn't the question.
Actually,
right.
it can be female because it's not named anything like referencing the male gender in Japanese. It's just called Baria, like barrier.
I think you can get a female Mr. Mime.
You can actually. They actually had the idea of putting like genders on the Pokemon in second gen, and they flat out told the English translators, "This is a bad name for this Pokemon because we're going to have genders possibly in the next one, and if we do that, we're not going to bar the possibility of it being female." And they went, "Who cares, Mr. Mime?" And gave it not only one of the worst names in first gen for a Pokemon, but also a name that breaks the continuity of the universe. Because they're totally
a chance
females.
that Ash's mom banged that Mr. Mime.
What do you mean a chance?
That-
Of course she fucking
What do
did.
you mean? It's absolutely necessary. That's Ash's dad.
I was gonna say, why do you think Ash likes
Oh.
and cares about Pokemon so much? He's fucking half Pokemon.
He's the chosen one.
He's the chosen one.
Are you saying he's a filthy
Professor Oak and
Pokemon
Mr.
Mudblood?
Professor Oak and Mr. Mime fucking double teamed her and they fused together.
We all know what's going on here. No one talks about it, but we know what's happening.
We all know what goes on
I've
out
been
there.
saying this for years, no one listens.
I fucking love that Plague of Grapes video.
Which one?
The one where
You know
the
what?
kid comes in to like the one professor, and he's like, "Welcome to the wonderful and sexy world of Pokemon." And the guy's like, "What?"
And the kid's like, "What?"
He's like, "Pokemon are magical creatures that have strange powers over my dick."
Yeah, I remember this fucking video.
The fucking Vulpix comes up and is like, "I want you to use me as your god."
Oh god.
Okay, here's an interesting thing with the fucking Pokemon thing. That's also a character coming into the real world. Are we assuming all of their powers are intact?
I suppose so, yeah.
Because if so, bringing a Gardevoir into the real world is like a liability, because if you're in any danger and she can't help you, she'll create a small black hole which will effectively end the humanity.
What the fuck?
In her Pokedex entry, it says that they're very dedicated to their trainer, and if they're in any danger and they can't like stop it, they'll create a black hole.
Way to go, Pokemon. You created the fucking Yandere Pokemon.
Exactly.
Look,
Don't
guys,
worry.
we need to talk about the actual best Pokemon that is the most compatible with humans.
Oh no.
Reshiram?
No.
Reshiram. Love
Oh
each other.
no, Alex, you're not.
If we're gonna bring Pokemon that would break the world and if they have their powers, I'm bringing.
Magcargo.
I'm bringing Arceus in.
Oh, that's
Literally-
God.
I'm bringing
I'm
in the
bringing
Pokemon
literally
that kills
God.
kids.
No, bring Magcargo. It's hotter than the sun. It would fucking melt through the earth and burn up everyone in like a several mile radius of it. If you ever have I can link it in the chat. It's Arson Bjork's video on what is it? It's all the Pokemon versus a billion lions. And he does a really good breakdown of that debate, and honestly, I think settles it. Like his take on it's brilliant.
Isn't he, the first thing he starts off with is just like, first of all, I don't think most people realize how much a billion is.
Yeah. It's such a good breakdown. Was there a question I still had to answer? Did I ever actually answer the Pokemon
I think
one?
you said Lopunny.
They said, yeah. I think if I was a furry, it was Lopunny. If I'm not, like if I'm just me, right now, it'd probably be. Oh, this is you have to fuck one. Okay, does Gardevoir even have an ass? Are we assuming they all have, like, working genitalia for this question?
Let's just say, for the sake of argument, yes.
Okay, for the sake of argument, they've all got, like, functioning genitalia that are in some way compatible with you.
They'll come from the Psi universe that is Rule 34.xxx.
Imagine you're like I want to know what kind of stage in your life you have to be in to pick, like, Shelter.
Oh.
Just a clam with a tongue.
Cloyster.
Cloyster is at least a little. No, even not then. I was gonna say it's at least shaped like a vagina, but there's nothing on there. Like it's got like big pointy teeth. Or no, it's not got pointy teeth.
No, it doesn't.
It's just got a big grin.
It's got a big spiky clit, but
Jeez.
It does.
What about the literal snowflake Pokemon?
Dude, Cryogonal is something everyone forgets about. And I never will, because it's just such a weird thing they
Just
added.
fucking go balls deep in muck.
Ah!
Oh,
Dude,
free lube.
Look, suck.
Let's go for humanoid shapes. We all know.
Don't say Pikachu.
No.
No.
Machoke.
Yes.
That's just a dude. That's just a man with a monster head.
What about female Machoke?
That always weirded me out.
Is there such a thing?
Machoke with huge tits.
I would
don't
think it's
know.
really funny if they like had it like it looks exactly the same, but it's just wearing a bra.
Oh my god, that'd be perfect.
That would immediately suggest nipples.
I don't know. I would let Smash.
Okay, you know what? I'd either be lame and go with Gardevoir, maybe Jinx, though it doesn't seem to have much of a body. It just has like tits and then dress. Or probably still Lopunny, honestly.
Yeah.
It's I'll go with that.
Lopunny's my default. I'm sure if I had like a list to go through and look at, I could.
Yeah, if you like had all of them in front of you, it'd probably be easier to look at because you haven't
I
played
already
them
said
many
we
Pokemon
need to
games,
do
right?
a 900 plus Smasher Pass.
That you know what? I would definitely do that. Like I would definitely.
We'd have to do that another night.
You know what? That could be a fun stream though. Just get people on and just have them answer.
Fucking guys, you guys want to do that on Thursday? Since Friday we're gonna be doing like a super big Clown World stream
I think I could be there for that.
on Thursday.
All right,
You know what?
I feel like Grace would join for that one.
You know what though? Well, you know what? Then I guess that Sunday I could do Paper Mario.
I will say this. I already have my answer for the Pokemon one though.
All of them?
No.
Oh, you're saying like which one you would pick?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. We're just talking like you would like for each of them. It's just a Smash or Pass list.
Yeah. No. Like, I want to do the full like. Let's do the Smash or Pass on Thursday. Let's do.
Okay.
Fuck! I won't be here on Thursday.
Oh shit.
No, you won't.
Oh, you want to do that on Sunday then?
I'll give you my list ahead of time.
See, I don't know if I'll be there on Sunday. We'll have to work this out off stream. Probably.
Okay, we'll all work this out.
But my answer is Ditto.
Oh,
you cheater!
Be anyone you
No,
want.
no. Hold on.
If we're going with Pokemon, if we're going with Detective Pikachu logic, it can turn into people as well.
Exactly. It can turn.
That's what I'm saying. You cheater! You're fucking cheating.
That's true. You've completely shirked the existential. You have to fuck an animal. I don't know if that's existential. That's the wrong usage of that word.
Look,
but you've shirked the tough question.
Every single Pokemon, for some reason, understands English.
I guess so.
Or
Yeah,
Japanese
they take English
if you
commands.
from the original.
But in the dub, they understand English.
And that's another country.
They
speak
all
other
understand
languages too.
human language. I'll correct.
Yes, there you go.
Hold on, no wait. They definitely do still understand English though, because there's a region based on America, and they do like have other languages in the Pokemon games. Like they have NPCs in the one Game Freak room that speak different languages. So it would have to be assumed then that the Pokemon can understand these other languages because these are all trainer classes that are saying like they speak German and everything in this room. So I think they do have to understand all of them.
So Pokemon understand human language and probably more languages than we know.
Well, yeah, because I was gonna say, wait, if you can trade a Pokemon from your English game to a German person and it still follows their commands, that means it understands both of them.
Right.
And like a Japanese person could use your Pokemon.
And they have intelligence and sentience. They've even been to war.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a fucking war. They reference that in Pokemon, like in the older games, and they seem to stop.
These are still not criteria that have advanced beyond the capabilities of a dog.
Is that the case? I get, yeah. You know, I mean, it would take some training. That you can't just like plug a dog into a new language and new location and have them listen to every command, but you could easily teach them.
Don't you
But the
dare plug
Pokemon,
that.
you throw them in, and they're right there.
Nick, don't you dare plug that dog.
You could plug the dog into your wall and recharge.
I've lost all my friends to furries.
I've lost all my friends to plugging dogs into walls.
No, I'm not gonna make that joke. Never mind.
I lost all my friends to dogs. They were eaten by
Okay,
wild dogs.
I was gonna say I've lost all my girlfriends to dogs.
Oh no.
I remember John was like telling me about this one guy in high school one time where like he was making fun of country songs and he was just like, every song nowadays is like, my girlfriend left me for my dog. I thought that was the funniest fucking thing in the world.
Alright, I'm gonna call this here for the night.
You actually are starting to change my mind on the second layer of shading, I will say.
It works out a lot better than you ever think it does.
Yeah, it really does.
Alright, thank you everyone for... Oh.
Sorry, I was just gonna say real quick, can you toggle it on and off? Like the third layer?
Oh.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah. It adds depth.
It does. That it do.
Alright, thank you everyone for joining in. Got a lot more done today. I know I've been taking, how many fucking months drawing this? I swear to God, I'm doing a lot of things in between. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you to Nick, to Hex, and to Alex for hopping into our stream today. We've had a lot of enlightening conversation about...
Mostly about fucking
things and vomit. So...
and a whole lot of silence and awkwardness in between.
Look,
I wish I could have been there for the vomit.
We may have failed today, but one day we will get Lakin kicked off YouTube.
Finally. Well, I can't wait to get canceled. It's gonna be so epic.
Dude, can you guys cancel me? It's at NickJamNG on Twitter.
We all know what the
I don't
NG
think I'm on
stands for.
Instagram.
Okay,
Yeah, find me on every platform. Dig up all my old tweets and everything. Just cancel me, please.
He's gonna be like, "Fuck you, Susan."
Oh well,
Susan, if you're watching this, eat a big bag of greens.
Thank you everyone for joining, and I had a great time tonight. I can't wait to see you all next week, next Thursday, when I guess we do a Pokemon Smasher Pass.
This time we're going to finally reveal that Lakin is truly 100% a furry.
God.
Well, I gotta go. Bye.
Right.
Bye.